Well, hey guys, good morning. It's Viejo here. Well, at least it's morning here still. Cold, chilly. Only got 50 degrees or so out here in the garage today. Today we're going to sort of officially, unofficially kick off this series that I've been telling you about that I was going to do about Hensley and Gibbs number 68 style bullets. And for simplicity's sake, we're just going to call this the 68 series, all right? So when you see a video title coming up that says 68 series episode, blah, 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 you'll know what we're talking about, all right? So this is going to be about cast bullets. I've got a number of episodes I'm planning on doing, and it's kind of about this mold and this bullet. This bullet is a 200 grain, approximately, give or take, depending on alloy, right? 200 grain long-nosed semi-wad cutter bullet designed for 45 ACP. And it has been kind of a time-honored target bullet design for the 45. And a number of people have produced molds that we can cast bullets in this style. And it occurred to me, well, you know, there's so much out there if you're a bullet caster to pick from. Which one do you choose? So I thought that I would go through this series, and I've got 7 molds here that more or less fit this bill, all right, from different outfits. I thought, well, let's just do a series and cast up a bunch of them and compare all of the different bullets that I'm able to show you. We're not going to be looking at, you know, trying to figure out, okay, which bullet design was the best, which mold was the best, which manufacturer was the best. It's not going to be any of that. It's just going to be a comparison. All right, let's come in here first, though, and take a look at this mold and the bullet. This mold was made by the Hensley and Gibbs company in San Diego, and it's a little hard to read there with the light. But that San Diego city name on there dates this to sometime before 1964 for its manufacturer. And the first cherry for this was cut about 1940, 41, somewhere in there. So that's the closest time span that we can arrive at for the manufacture of this particular mold, this number 68, which is simply their model designation. All right, so it's an older mold. It's 4 cavity, been around a while, and it's one of my all-time favorite molds to cast with. It's a very, very nice running mold. Let's get it opened up. All right, with the mold opened up, you can see we've got a trough style sprue plate here. Kind of like that myself. It's especially nice if you're going to do a continuous pour. Then here's our cavities. Again, a 4 cavity mold. This happens to be a plain base version. Hensley and Gibbs did make a bevel base version of this, which I don't have. I do have one other mold that produces a number 68 bullet. But still in very, very good condition. These molds were made out of a material called meehanite. You can see the spelling there along the bottom of the screen, which was a type of steel that was manufactured in some kind of a calcium-rich environment. I'm not sure how they made it. Hensley and Gibbs would have the blocks made for them by a foundry, and then they did the rest of the work in their own shop. And here is the bullet that it makes. Okay, one nice big grease groove. Okay, a long nose that kind of rounds or, gently over to a nose that's not particularly flat. Yeah, you can kind of see the shape of that nose. Okay, that's the bullet. This one weighs just under 200 grains. And besides this mold, then, I have 6 others here that you've seen me cast over the last couple of weeks. This one I'm not going to cast separately. I already got a whole bunch of these cast up. And I cast around 100 bullets or so of each of these out of the same pot that this one had been cast from. I mixed up a big bunch of alloy and cast them all the same out of the same pot, not on the same day. but out of the same alloy batch. So I've got a couple of molds here from MP in Slovenia. I've got the Lee. We got one from Saeco, one from RCBS, and one from Lyman. Okay, and then plus this one. So there's 7 different molds that we're going to do here. And what I'm going to do is in several parts, we're going to do some comparisons. The first piece of this, we're just going to compare the bullets for metrics. Okay, we'll take a look and see, okay, do they really cast a 200 grain bullet? How are they compared to in length? All right, what's the shape? How close are these guys to this original Hensley and Gibbs style? Not all of these guys claim to be a Hensley and Gibbs number 68 clone. There's a couple of them in there that do, but we'll find out how close of a clone they really are. So that's going to be one part. We'll take a look at the individual bullets, see how they weigh out, see how they measure, and so on. Then we'll go to work on developing a dummy round for each of these and make sure that they are going to get to feed and function in the firearm that I'm going to use. Then we'll take a look at how we're going to come up with the load. And I'm going to try to load these all with the same charge. We'll see if that's going to work out. Okay. So we'll take a look at that, see if these are close enough in weight and measurement and overall length and so forth to use the same charge with the same powder. It would be nice if we can do that, huh? And then we'll go to the range and we'll shoot them. And we'll shoot a few over the chronograph, probably use the magneto speed. And we'll shoot a few for accuracy, you know, best that Viejo can do for accuracy. And I'll shoot them offhand and won't use a rest or anything like that. Okay, and then we'll come back in the final episode and kind of summarize and see where we get with this. But anyway, that's the concept. It's just take 7 different molds that cast a 200 grain long nose semi-wad cutter style bullet for the 45 ACP cartridge. All right, going to take a while to do it. I'm not going to do it all at once. Maybe 1 episode a week. Okay, I've got other stuff in the works here from the Viejo bench for you guys as well. So, and the bottom line for this is going to be, you know, it's my hope that after, you know, taking a look at all of this, maybe some of you who are beginning casters who pick something up, maybe you've been thinking about acquiring a mold for that type of a bullet, or you're a 45 ACP shooter, and maybe this will help you make some decisions somewhere down the road. So that's what we're up to. And the first one that you see will be about a week from today, and that will be the metrics episode, okay, where we'll just go out and weigh and measure and talk about the bullets in general. All right, stand by. But for now, from the Viejo bench, that's all she wrote.